Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. Located deep within the tropical forests of Colombia's Valle del Cauca department, the remote town of San Cipriano sits hidden within the National Protective Forest Reserve of the Escalarate and San Cipriano rivers. Surrounded by lush vegetation, clear rivers, and abundant wildlife, it feels like a paradise untouched by time. Yet, reaching the secluded community is far from easy. No roads penetrate the rainforest, and vehicles cannot travel its narrow paths. The only way in is through one of the world's most creative transportation systems, the Bruhita, or Little Witch. The Bruhita is a wooden platform powered by a motorcycle that glides along railway tracks through the dense jungle. For residents, it's an essential lifeline that connects them to the outside world. For visitors, it's an unforgettable journey through Colombia's natural beauty. The nearest road ends in Cordoba, a small township in the rural area of Buenaventura. From there, travelers board the Bruhita for a 4.3-mile ride along an old railroad once used for cargo trains. The trip takes about 10 minutes. Crossing wooden bridges, tunnels, and streams surrounded by towering trees. The route offers breathtaking views of waterfalls and over 300 species of tropical birds, making the ride both practical and spectacular. The name Bruhita, meaning Little Witch, comes from its fast, almost magical motion along the rails. In the beginning, these carts were simple wooden planks pushed manually with poles, reminding locals of witches flying on broomsticks. As the need for faster and more efficient transport grew, motorcycles were attached to the platforms, transforming them into today's motorized moto Brujitas. Each Bruhita is a marvel of simplicity and ingenuity. A wooden base is mounted on steel bearings that fit perfectly on the rails.
Well, whenever I ride a Bruhita, I feel like free because it's like a fun ride across the jungle through a railroad. It's kind of like a video game, I would say. Very fun.
The rear wheel of the motorcycle provides the traction, propelling the platform forward, while the front is locked in place for balance. Benches are installed for passengers, and many now have colorful tarpaulin roofs to shield them from frequent tropical rain. Capable of carrying up to 8 passengers, the Bruhita is both communal and efficient. Because the railway is a single track, cooperation among drivers is essential. When two Brujitas meet head-on, one must stop and yield. Operators known as Brujiteros quickly lift the lightweight platform and motorcycle off the rails, let the other pass, and reassemble their cart in minutes. This well-practiced teamwork keeps the route running smoothly every day. Technology has made the system even safer. Where Brujitas once relied on listening for approaching carts, they now use cell phones to coordinate and prevent collisions. Maintenance is handled within the community, bearings are greased, engines inspected, and planks replaced when worn. The Bruhita system survives through the dedication of those who depend on it. For San Criano, these rail carts mean far more than transportation. They are a symbol of creativity and survival. Tourism has grown around them, drawing visitors eager to experience the ride through the forest. The arrival of tourists has brought new income and opportunity to the community. Families run small guest houses. Restaurants serve local dishes, and guides lead tours of the rivers and waterfalls. What began as a practical necessity has become the foundation of local prosperity. Beyond tourism, the Brujitas continue to serve vital everyday needs. They carry food, building materials, and medicine. When someone falls ill, a Bruhita becomes an ambulance, rushing through the jungle to reach the nearest road. For the people of San Criano, these wooden carts are not just vehicles, they are lifelines that keep the community connected to the world. Thousands of miles away, in the bustling streets of Manila in the Philippines, another story of rail ingenuity unfolds. Along the tracks of the Philippine National Railways, makeshift trolleys known as trolley cars provide cheap transportation for residents who cannot afford regular fares. One of the operators is 64-year-old Paul Clarito from Pandacan, who has spent over 2 decades pushing his handmade trolley along the tracks. Built from wooden beams and metal bearings, his cart weighs around 130 pounds and carries passengers across short stretches of rail. Every morning, Paul inspects it carefully, tightening bolts, greasing bearings, and checking for cracks in the frame. Unlike Colombia's motorized Brujitas, Paul's trolley depends entirely on human strength. He pushes it with his hands and feet, using his weight to keep momentum. On slopes or heavy loads, he leans in with determination. Both San Criano and Manila reveal a shared spirit of ingenuity. In one, wooden carts powered by motorcycles weave through the rainforest. In the other, hand-pushed trolleys glide through crowded railways. Though born from different circumstances, both inventions tell the same story of communities that refuse to be stopped by isolation or hardship. Whether propelled by engines or sheer human effort, these humble rail carts stand as symbols of resilience, creativity, and the enduring drive to move forward. Manila's unofficial trolley service is considered one of the most dangerous modes of transportation in the world. However, despite the risks, many prefer it for its affordability and speed. The trolley offered a 10-minute trip, which was a significant time saving compared to other means of transport. Manila's trolley operators have made a place for themselves in the urban transportation landscape through their resilience and ingenuity. Despite facing modern challenges and uncertainties, they continue to provide a service that embodies a spirit of ingenuity that characterizes many informal economies around the world. In a world filled with modern vehicles and advanced technology, many people still depend on simple, handmade machines to move, work, and survive. In the bustling streets of Goma, a city in eastern Congo, one such creation dominates the roads, the Chukadoo. Built entirely by hand and powered by sheer human effort, this wooden scooter is a symbol of strength and self-reliance. Unlike cars or motorbikes, which are expensive to buy and maintain, the Chukudus requires no fuel and minimal upkeep. It is affordable, practical, and durable, providing a lifeline for traders, farmers, and laborers who depend on it to move goods across long distances where motorized transport is either unreliable or too costly. Every day, hundreds of Chukudus glide through Goma's crowded streets, piled high with sacks of cassava, bananas, charcoal, or timber. Riders expertly balance their loads, pushing and steering with skill as they weave between pedestrians, bicycles, and motorbikes. These wooden machines may seem simple, but they power the local economy and support thousands of livelihoods. Each Chukudus is handcrafted using primitive tools and locally sourced materials. The process begins with selecting eucalyptus wood, valued for its strength and resilience. Builders use basic tools, axes, saws, chisels, and hammers to chop and shape the frame, platform, and wheels. The thick wooden wheels are carved from solid logs and attached to a sturdy axle that allows smooth movement over dirt and gravel. Unlike bicycles, which rely on metal bearings and precise engineering, the Chukudus is held together with wooden joints, nails, and pegs. Old rubber tires are cut into strips and wrapped around the wheels to improve grip and durability. This step requires patience and precision, with craftsmen spending hours hammering, cutting, and stretching each piece into place. Finally, the handlebars are attached, completing a design that perfectly balances simplicity with function. A skilled builder can craft a Chukadoo in as little as 1 day, though more detailed models may take up to 3. Once finished, the scooter can last 2 or 3 years, a remarkable longevity given the heavy loads and rough terrain it endures. Riding a Chukadoo is both art and strength. The rider pushes off the ground with one foot, much like using a scooter, while keeping balance with the other. On downhill slopes, gravity does the work, propelling the Chukadoo forward at surprising speed. Controlling that momentum is crucial, especially when carrying a full load. Riders use a simple braking system, a wooden lever pressed against the rear wheel to create friction. Often the lever is wrapped in old tire rubber to increase grip and slow the descent safely. Today, the Chukadoo remains deeply woven into the daily life and identity of Goma. It represents more than mobility. It represents a spirit of innovation born from hardship. Every creak of its wooden frame, every load it carries, tells the story of people who refuse to stand still. In a world obsessed with progress and technology, the Chukadoo stands as a reminder that true ingenuity often begins with simplicity. Built by hand, powered by effort, and sustained by will, it continues to move communities forward, one wooden wheel at a time. From the rainforest trails of Colombia to the crowded railways of Manila and the rugged streets of Goma, these handmade machines embody one universal truth: that human creativity thrives even in the face of hardship. Whether it's the Bruhita gliding through the jungle, Paul's trolley pushing through the urban chaos, or the Chukudoo rolling through the dusty markets of Congo, each invention tells a story of resilience, purpose, and hope. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.